It's a regular old Rickenbacker Shootout. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Rickenbacker 4003, my Rickenbacker 4003, versus a vintage 1978 Rickenbacker 4000. Why are we comparing these two basses? Well, for one, because it's fun, and I just need an excuse to play my Ricks more often. Two, there's been a lot of debate about the bridge pickup, i.e. the only pickup in the Rickenbacker 4000 bass. A lot of folks seem to think that it sounds different, that there's more presence to it, more girth, more growl, just more tone, and I want to get to the bottom if that's really true. Before we go there, I should explain that there actually is a logical reason that this could be the case. In vintage 4001 basses, Rickenbacker introduced a capacitor in the signal chain of the bridge pickup that would cut out some of the low-end frequencies, thus making the pickup in their ears better balanced with the neck pickup on those two pickup instruments. The 4000 bass does not feature this capacitor, nor does my 4003. So maybe it's not the best comparison, and I should really be comparing the 4000 with the 4001, but I don't have one. If anyone wants to send one to me, that'd be great. But it'll still be cool to see how these pickups sound head-to-head, the vintage versus the more modern. Now, after 2006, Rickenbacker did reintroduce that tone cap into these basses on a push-pull. So the tone knob on the bridge pickup has a push-pull pot. In the default position, no cap, full bridge tone. You can pull the tone knob up to introduce that capacitor and get the more vintage Chris Squire 4001 treble zing in all of its glory. Let's talk about the 4000 real quick. So this is actually the first Rickenbacker bass to be released. However, in 1957, when the first one came out, it looked much different than what you see here. I'll throw some pictures up so you can see what I'm talking about. Feature-wise, it was still very similar. Single pickup in about this same position, volume and tone. The pick guard was much different. They were made with a variety of different materials, and that's something that Rickenbacker's kind of been known for throughout its entire history. Consistency is not their strong suit. They use different pickups, they use different bridges, they use different pick guards, different materials, etc., etc. Even the neck carves on their basses especially vary wildly throughout the years. This 1978 has a super slim, fast-feeling neck, whereas my 4003 from 2003 has a really fat neck that's always kind of made me struggle. As you can see, this is sort of a budget model for Rickenbacker. They strip back a lot of the features that are well known on the 4001. For example, no binding, one pickup as mentioned, no binding on the neck either, and none of those fancy shark fin inlays. We just have mother of pearl dot inlays. I quite like the look of this bass. It's a little bit softer around the edges, and I just think it looks cool and simple and like it's just ready to go. Some of these basses are reported to have a neck pickup route underneath the pickguard ready to go. I don't know if this shared the line with the 4003S, or I believe some of the 4001s might have been constructed like the 4000s early on. In any case, my bass does not have that, and I'm happy for it. I believe that extra meat there reinforces the neck joint, which reminds me, this is a set neck Rickenbacker. Not something that we're used to seeing. Most Rickenbackers have a neck-through body construction. The neck from butt all the way to the tip of the headstock is one piece of wood. So all I wanted to do today was just to compare the bridge pickup on the 4003 with the only pickup on the 4000. I'm going to play through a few of my favorite bass lines that feature Rickenbacker basses. There'll be a couple of effects in there. I'm going to play around with the tone knobs a little bit. Let me know what you think. This is mostly just for fun. I love Rickenbackers. I think they are some of the coolest looking and sounding instruments ever to be created. I'm a fanboy. Let's hear how these sound. So in conclusion, what did we learn? I have to say I was honestly quite surprised at the difference in tone between these two basses. Initially, I was really drawn to the extra zing that this bass provided. You could clearly tell that there was a little bit more treble response, and I feel like the low end extension was also a bit better on the Rickenbacker 4000. However, it was a little bit scooped in the mid-range, and I feel like in a band mix it might end up being a little bit too thin and too clanky to really cut through. I think it's great for lead bass, I think it's great for that Chris Squire type tone, but I think it's just going to lose a little bit of the fullness in a full band setting. On the other hand, the bridge pickup on my 4003 has a little bit more narrow of a bandwidth as far as the frequency response. I think it was not quite as trebly, not quite as deep on the low end. However, it really cuts through and has a nice punch and growl. And when you combine that with the added versatility of having a neck pickup, which is fantastic on this bass, I think it's really hard to beat the versatility of this two pickup instrument. But if I really had to just have one of these, I think I might still pick the 4000, honestly. I just love the way it looks. I'm a simple guy, I like clean design, and there's just something really attractive to me about this instrument. It doesn't have all of the bells and whistles, and frankly, I don't really think I need them. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Which bass sounded better to your ears? Which one do you like the looks of, etc. Thanks for watching.